So we're back on the Cap'n.
Return to another tragic chapter in our lives, in our history. No, not World War II. Captain America.
It's a tragic moment in our history. And anybody else who's played the game, actually. Again, I know before we started this in one of the Injustice videos, I was like, I hear the Captain America one's actually one of the better tie-in games. And then I played it and I'm like, unfortunately, it's still one of the better tie-in games.
It's just, it's just the equivalent of being hit obsessively about the head and face with Captain America's shield versus being hit obsessively about the crotch with Thor's hammer. That's really all that makes it better.
That's one game I don't know if we'll ever play.
I've heard some bad things.
It's like 10 hours long. There's a little jump cut in case you missed it. But, it's like, the Thor game is like 10 hours long. This had the decency to be like 5. It's like, would you rather have 10 hours of mediocre crap or just 4 hours of just bad crap? I will take 4 hours, honestly.
That's asking if you'd rather be constipated or have diarrhea.
That actually really is.
They both suck.
Yeah,
Neither one of them is gonna make you happy in the end.
And I would like to point out, I don't know why, but it took me like...
Unless the final countdown is playing while you're relieving your bowels, then, that usually makes it happy, but...
I can't think of Final Countdown now without thinking of fucking Countdown Vampires. I don't wanna.
It is one of my favorite awful songs ever, so...
It's like, I don't want to think about that song because then I get the bad memories of playing Countdown Vampires. Which I still think would rather play than this game.
I don't know what it is about Countdown Vampires. It's easily the worst game we've played so far.
Oh, dude, it's easily the worst.
But it's so bad that it's like playing your own Plan 9 from outer space. Like,
it was bad playing it, but watching it was a lot funner than actually playing it. And if we ever were in close enough proximity to actually sit down and do it, like, side by side, that would be fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, that makes all the bad games better, is when you can sit there and knock it. As long as there's something to knock. It can't just be a bad game with nothing to say about it.
It has to be to knock. Brother.
Oh god, no, I forgot all about that.
You and your poor traumatized brain just removes pretty much everything I do to you.
Look at him, he's just jumping off walls.
Yippee! Way! Yay! Wow, War has lost a lot of weight since Darksiders 1.
How the hell is this room existing? Who didn't put the wall? Dossier. But,
How come there's not a safety railing there?
There's the door.
Ratio in this room must be ridiculous.
It's like, okay, there's a door leading there, but shouldn't it be a 4-walled room? Or at least a safety rail, like you said? But no, there's not.
Haha, you suck.
God damn it. I'd like to point out that shield throw is not entirely accurate.
No, really?
You would think it should be okay, but it's really not.
It's Captain America, goddammit.
I'm not sure, but looking back at some of the videos, I think he holds it out with his left hand, but he throws it with his right. Huh. I don't know if that was just a momentary thing. I haven't paid enough attention to it. But I swear to God, at certain spots, he holds it with his left hand, but he ends up throwing it with his right.
Lovely programming.
Oh, I'm just getting bitch shocked right here.
They're going to Scott Hall on you. Take that, Goldberg.
Shocker.
The stunner. He got fired. Now.
Who, Scott Hall or
Jim Ross?
Oh, he got fired?
Yeah.
Huh.
Stock punch.
Freedom punch.
Yeah.
I didn't know he got fired, huh?
Oh yeah. Another reason to hate Ric Flair.
Oh really? He got him fired, huh?
Yeah.
I really wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm really not. Old ass.
We're not here to talk about old geezers.
Who keeps a dossier in a prison cell? There's a dossier in a prison.
Who keeps a dossier in a prison cell? Now listen here, Americaner. You're my prisoner, and you will never leave here alive.
There's another dossier in the floor right there. I missed it. I didn't see it, but I see it now back on. There's a third one. That's 3 dossiers in 3 prison cells.
Now each of you will be given a dossier.
4.
Keep safe.
4 dossiers in 4 prison cells.
This game isn't even trying.
At this point, it's really not. Dossier should be like the rare one that you find, and it should always be in a fucked up place.
Someplace you'd find a dossier, maybe.
You know, maybe a higher up's office or something like that. You know, ceramic
filing
egg
cabinet.
A ceramic egg in a prison cell. Man, prison in World War II Germany is actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
Give you ceramic eggs and dossiers to read.
They're not, passing off shivs and, and fecal bombs and shit passed beyond their cells. They're smuggling in ceramic eggs and dossiers and...
Imagine sneaking in a ceramic egg.
Oh.
Ow.
Now we know why the French laugh that way. Oh, the ceramic egg! To smuggle it into Nazi prison.
The ceramic egg is tearing up my bunghole.
Monsieur Confolio.
I am le Confolio.
Le Grand Confolio. Oh yeah, we're gonna get letters.
From who?
Good question, actually. A French person would have to listen to this first.
And let's face it, the French can't be bothered being, in a fight. What makes you think you're gonna write a letter? And there's another ceramic egg in a prison cell.
The fuck?
And you notice I keep pausing because I keep checking back to see if I have an upgrade.
Because he really needs one at this point.
Okay, that one, at least they try to look like they hid it under the mattress. But it's still a dossier.
Is this a spy espionage game or is this an action game? God damn it!
This is a platforming action game. Which means I am now looking for the platform section I must perform on. Captain McRunfast.
That was some excellent platforming action going up those stairs there. Mario couldn't have done it better.
Look at the animation!
He looks like he's running like a countdown vampire. Captain America's a dick.
Sucker punches everybody. Fuck Bucky. Bucky sucks. And look at that monster face.
Fuck it. God, fuck.
Captain America doesn't look too horrible, but Bucky just looks like somebody hit him in the face with a shovel.
That'll explain why they call him Bucky.
Got kicked by a horse.
Good thing World War II Germany only has 2 guards.
Yeah, and this fucking... Well, think about it. If they were to be secure enough to keep dossiers out of the prison cell, what makes you think they're gonna guard a prisoner?
You know what? I prefer Ben Affleck as Captain America than Chris Evans. Oh,
you said it. Wow.
Oh my god, Chris. Even as a poorly animated video game character, he's wooden, bland, and uninspiring.
Well, his voice doesn't do anything for the character, like, at all. His voice acting is as plastic as Captain America looks.
Alright, let me see if we can figure out this puzzle here, and, oh, okay, just walk forward, I guess.
Yep. And puzzle solved.
This game is diabolical!
Who the hell keeps snipers behind a closed door?
Was this game originally supposed to be Portal 3?
The Nazis.
These puzzles are incredible!
Who are they shooting at? I was trying to figure this out. No, can't grab the ladder that way.
It sounded like that one guy said, take a shit.
I heard, like, take a shield. I'm like, did I not get everybody? And then I look around the room and there's nobody there. They're all above me.
Klaus, are you hearing voices again? Oh no, you didn't take your medication?
Donkey kick!
Yeah.
What
the hell? Captain America has about the same hand-eye coordination as Keith, it appears.
The auto lock on for that shield is fucking stupid. Like, it doesn't lock on properly.
Yep.
So, again, I know I said
it like Darth Vader.
No.
My favorite moment in a Star Wars movie, by the way.
The absolute time it shit the bed.
That is like evidence that, like, after so many disappointments and like how high they were looking forward to that one, that like after that moment was like the moment all the Star Wars fans realized the trilogy was completely irrecoverably unsalvageable.
And now they're gonna re-release them in 3D.
Oh god, and now, you know.
I wonder which way I have to go. I know I say some games don't define easily enough to where you have to go, but just point me in the general direction and I'm good. You don't have to hold my hand throughout the entire thing.
Let me do some exploring.
Yeah.
I do hate it when games, like, don't give me any clue. But...
Oh, yeah, they show you, like, this door, and you're like, okay, and then it just cuts back to where you're at, and you don't know which room it's in, because every room looks the fucking same.
Something old RPGs do to me all the time, which is, you know, tell you where you have to go, but not what you have to do when you get there.
Yep, and then you're stuck talking to every person, going in every building, trying to figure out what the hell's got to trigger it.
And there'll be like one person who says something very vague. That's when I get like controller throwing mad.
The ones I hate are the ones that allow you to switch your character in the field, and then each person says something different depending on which character you have.
Oh.
And then they're like, yeah, you need to go talk to this person. It just tells you that. And then you're sitting there talking to them and nothing. And then you happen to switch characters after exploring for a fucking hour, and then they're like, oh, hey, it's you. No. You're like, just fuck you, buddy.
You, buddy!
And there's a game I'm thinking of in particular. It's called Resonance of Fate. It's actually a decent RPG of the new generation. But you can change characters, and certain people will say certain things to certain characters. And now you're stuck trying to figure out which fucking character you need to talk to.
You know what's weird? I mean, and it sucks because I'd love to see some fucking gorgeous RPG action on, you know, and there are a few examples on the new consoles. You know, you got Ni no Kuni and...
Oh, yeah. Dossier.
Yeah. Dossier, that's a great game, by the way. I'm making that up. I don't know any. There probably is a game called Dossier.
I would not doubt it.
But, you know, there's some nice ones, but like, this generation, all the RPGs, they migrated to the handheld consoles, and I'm glad they still came out, but I don't understand why, like...
I know exactly why, and it's fucking sad because modern day gamers, their attention span's that of a fucking goldfish.
I just don't believe that.
Okay.
I don't believe any of the non attention span series.
That is the idea behind big companies thinking that. That's why I think Final Fantasy 13 went more mash the button to win. Final Fantasy 15 is going to be an action game. That's why yeah, that's fucking stupid, isn't it?
Murica just gave up.
Turns out he really is French. And then they showed the French guy. That's kind of funny.
Captain Francois.
But no, I'm trying to figure out where to jump up to here, and it's nothing's lighting up, and then it doesn't tell you, and so... Because I'm used to the game lighting up whenever you're supposed to be able to attach to something, but it didn't, so I wasn't for sure I was in the right spot. But, no, anyway, that's why, like, Final Fantasy 15 is going action-based. That's why games like Mass Effect, Fallout...
Around at the speed of sound. Okay, there we go. Just had to get that joke out of the way.
No, okay. That's fair enough. But, and big market companies, you know, they don't think that there's a market for the turn-based or, you know, the classic style RPGs. But yet, everybody's clamoring for remakes of this game or that game.
Yeah.
And I know certain games that I would love to see remade just wouldn't age well.
Man, I know I've been talking a lot of shit on one of my favorite games ever, and Final Fantasy VII does not age well.
If they redo it, they're gonna have to add some more elements to it.
They're gonna have to add a lot of content.
It's like, I still like the materia system, but honestly, if you do min-max, 3/4 through the game, your characters are maxed out. I mean, you're God.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then after that, it's just maxing out your materia, which is just
if you use you know, guard source and power source and all those other items, you could, you know, if you just farm in the down Shinra plane for 10 hours,
get W item and then duplicate them all.
Yeah, you can. Honestly, you can make your characters invincible. Like, one thing I don't like is that, you know, the game has, you know, what are, you know, basically considered rough versions of, like, the classic job class system in the Final Fantasy games, but you don't have to take advantage of them. I mean, it's like, yeah, sure, Tifa, you know, acts and behaves like a monk in that she's, you know, doesn't use weapons and her armor isn't that good, and but she has a high attack ratio, but you can still make her the healer if you want.
Yeah. And then after that, it's just maxing out your materias and shit.
Yeah, you know, still a fun game, but
again, the story and characters keep me going. So, I mean, it's fun enough that way.
Yeah, I know, it's...
But games like, what I'm recently replaying is, Breath of Fire 4. Good game, but it shows its age. And that game's only 13 years old.
Really?
Yeah. It came out.
I started up Breath of Fire 1 on my Game Boy Advance for when I'm bored. But then I just wasn't feeling like an RPG, and I got bored with it, so I'm like at, you know, level, you know, 3, you know, none of my characters are leveled up or anything. Haven't done any grinding.
Breath of Fire games are good games, but they don't do anything to add much to the genre. I'll say that. So
that's kind of, like, I think, like, I remember reading an article where, like, Breath of Fire and Fire Emblem are kind of like they've tried changing the games around, and the fans get pissed off about it. They really like.
I know exactly which one you're talking about too.
It's for tradition's sake, you know, that they keep them that way, and you know, that's fine, I guess.
I'm fine with it. It's just I know exactly what they're referring to, and that was the last Breath of Fire game. But that was bullshit. I will fucking diss that game till the day I die, because it's a good game, but they make the fatal flaw of punishing you for turning into your dragon form.
Boo!
And that's the whole Breath of Fire series, is your main character turns into dragons. It's their thing. There's a
Jesus Christ, you fucking cocksucker, Sega. New Panzer Dragoon Saga game. Re-release the old one in HD. I'm sick and tired of telling you.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to play a Panzer Dragoon Saga 2. Or just fucking one again.
You know, I played both recently, and once again, I love Final Fantasy VII to death. Still my favorite in the series, even though it's the most flawed I've played. You know, except for 13, but I haven't played that one yet. But
yeah.
Everybody hates that one.
7's better than 12, hands down. I'll say that. Fuck
Okay.
12. Fuck 12 in its ass.
Anyway, but like, even back then, when I had them on my PlayStation and Saturn respectively, I liked Panzer Dragoon Saga better than I liked FF7.
Oh, dude, Dragon Saga is fucking awesome. I consider it one of my top 3 RPGs. I mean,
I consider it one of the great lost gems of all time.
Cause you can't find it.
Yeah, there were so few copies of it made. It came out when Sega was basically giving up on the Saturn.
Yeah.
They never re-released it on Dreamcast or made a sequel or did anything because they're Sega. They don't do anything.
And they'll probably say like, well, the first one didn't sell that well. Well, you didn't fucking make many. And that's...
Well, they've been doing a pretty good job with, lots of HD re-releases, particularly from the Dreamcast era.
Well, yeah, but I think the problem with, like, you don't see many PS1 remakes, except for, like, the Resident Evil remake, at least, it's just, you'd have to basically redo everything, almost. I mean, you can't just smooth those edges over and pass it off. People would still snuff their nose at it, which is sad, but...
Yeah, I don't know. Have you seen the Knights HD remake?
I have not.
They didn't, and that pretty much was, smoothing the edges over, but I mean, like, they pretty much retextured everything, and it really is. It was one of the prettiest games on the Saturn, and it's still a very, very pretty game.
Oh yeah, it holds up well in terms of design.
And they just released Jet Set Radio.
Yes.
And I think they're doing Jet Grind Radio next, so there's like a little bit of hope.
A little bit.
We can get, we need to get Panzer Dragoon 1 re-released. We need to get Panzer Dragoon 2. Well, we need all the, the original Panzer Dragoon trilogy re-released.
Yeah, the remake, the one for the 360 is not all that great.
Orta.
I
liked it.
I didn't play too much of it. I've only got to sample it, I guess.
I was disappointed they went back to the rail shooter style.
Yeah, I guess that's what disappointed me more. Because after Saga, I'm like, they need to make another one.
Yeah,
but
they need to re-release Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah,
because the GameCube version sucks. I'm sorry.
I haven't played it.
Well, they chopped down the amount of random battle encounters in it, but you get more XP per battle to balance it. But they also censored a bunch of shit.
Oh.
And they cut a bunch of shit, and I'm just like, no, I gotta have, I'll take a random battle every couple of feet if it means getting the game the way it was supposed to be played. I'm still shocked that Nintendo, who keeps claiming to have grown up, that they would pull that shit. I don't get it.
Yeah, but it's Nintendo, and I like to say, okay, I know we got off on a tangent there, and we could talk about that shit all day.
Yeah, we got 3.5 hours of this shit to go. I'm talking about whatever.
We got almost 3 hours.
I like
yes,
that death animation.
And that's one of the only times I've died in combat. And that's because I couldn't figure out how to fight these guys, because the fucking counter system with the shield is so fucking weird. It'll go from really forgiving to fucking strict as shit. And it just varies literally.
What is going on?
Those guys in the back. See how they're shooting the sound wave shit? They can hit you from clear back there, and they can pin you down to the ground. There we go. That's how you're supposed to do it. And see, I tried it there, and it didn't fucking knock it back. It's so fucking odd. I'm about to die again without ever getting into the fucking room. And they have a shield that you can't
Fuck
just...
you, Psycho Manus.
They have a shield too that you can't just walk up and hit them. You have to deflect 3 of those back at them in a row.
Oh god.
And then they try to steal your shit. And if you fuck it up, your shield's gone. And then you can't deflect it. And you just get fucking knocked around. Luckily, I had the fucking execute button ready.
Muay Thai!
Merc tie!
Why Merca?
And there, the shield just comes back to you. In dossier folder.
Klaus, while you're making those adjustments to his physiology, I'm just gonna leave this dossier in here with you, okay? Bye, Klaus.
Is that the German voice your favorite? I know I complain a lot about this game, but I really am on the fence about how it restores your health after every combat round.
It's the 4! For God's sake, the 4!
And I really gotta remember to turn achievements off. Oh my god.
A beautiful mind.
Some of the achievement names are so dumb in this game.
Russell Crowe would have been a better Captain America.
Did you hate Russell Crowe?
I do. I thought Gladiator was the biggest ripoff.
I thought it was okay.
Yes, but, like, would you be giving that, a Movie of the Year award?
Oh, fuck no. Fuck no. Not even close.
And that's like one of the biggest Ridley Scott fans saying that shit.